Hadir in the Deep is about a young woman in an ancient world on the edge of war. She's pledged to be married to a man named Syed, but she's not completely sure about it. On her family side, she's got her sister saying, this is how it's done, this is tradition, I did it and I'm happy, and so should you. And then on the other side, her suitor's best friend is advising him not to bring Hadir into marriage in this warring time. And so while all this is happening, she's having these dreams and hearing this voice coming from the deep, where she stands at the ocean. And it breaks into her days and kind of shakes things up, and she has to make a decision about, you know, what she's going to do with her life and where she'll go. Yeah, so there are a number of influences that sort of contributed to me making this. I've always been a huge fan of ancient cultures, ancient languages, especially Arabic, and also fantasy films. So it's kind of a combination of those loves, as well as the fact that in the last few years I've had to make some really big decisions in my own life. So I kind of wanted to tie this all together into a sort of a lyrical fantasy about destiny and love and venturing into the unknown.
Where have you been? I'm near the North Woods. Come on. This is serious. I heard something in the far north. The treaties dance in the gales. Are you chasing after whispers like your father? I'm going to the North Woods into war, Saeed. Little brother, no one is telling you to. Telling. Calling.
Yeah, so a lot of people have asked how we did such amazing costumes and props, and it really comes down to our world-renowned Stephen Starkey, who is our costume designer. He and his team just made the most amazing gowns, crowns, armor. Then we had art director Kathy Thorpe, and she was behind a lot of the color schemes for the interiors and dressing all of them as well. And I'm still impressed to this day how they managed to bring this ancient Arabic civilization to New Zealand. Yeah. Probably the most challenging part of filming Hadir in the Deep was basically balancing not a lot of time, a small budget, and a really big crew. And things got a little bit crazy at times, but our star AD Ricky Sylvester just really led us through it calmly, and we had a pretty great shooting schedule. We got in so much more than I could have ever thought. There were some crazy days on set. Filming on our last day, we had a freak wave come in and just wipe out the entire cast and crew and beyond. So that was kind of crazy. But I think ultimately for me, what made the whole project so meaningful and enjoyable was not only bringing my dream to life, but it was just having such awesome people with great attitudes, you know, giving 200% even when it's midnight and it's freezing and we're out in some crazy forest somewhere in deep New Zealand.